back pain and golf, and it's going to keep this as brief as possible. So there is two tests that we have that we see that are very limited all the time. That is thoracic rotation and hip rotation, okay, both internal and external rotation through here. Thoracic rotation you might know a bit better as shoulder turn, you could say. So why are they limited? Really quickly, it's because we're stuck in the sagittal bias, the sagittal plane, okay? When we're stuck in this sagittal plane and we don't own that plane, we don't own rotation. We haven't earned the right to rotate, and that's what causes some compensatory patterns within us individuals. Whether those patterns cause pain or not is the deciding factor of the way we get involved and change it, or if we're looking for a technique base, we change it as well working with a golf coach. So pelvis goes forward. What is sagittal plane? Think about if I had two walls this way on me, it's anything I could do within those two walls. Flex and extend, through here, okay? So from the side, it's this. This is the plane we are stuck in. We see this in fitness people, everyday individuals, overweight athletes and people, okay? This is human nature. We are stuck in this plane due to repetitive patterns we've introduced into our species, like sitting, okay? So what happens here is when the pelvis drops down, ribcage flares up, we actually end up with a bony block of the pelvis, okay? Some of us can get away with it, some of us can't, okay? It's the leg of the bone is kind of shaped like this, the socket sits on top of it, so when the pelvis goes forward and down, the pelvis actually rotates over the top of the femur, and then I'm gonna ask rotation of that femur. Let's think about the backswing. So if this is blocked, this is anomaly here, and I try and rotate into something I don't have, and it's a bone-on-bone block, so it's pretty strong, the brain will find something else to complete the task you're asking of it. And for that, it's gonna be the lower back 9 times out of 10. You also see some really funky swings, like people standing miles up through the ball, jumping at things. It's a crazy game. So how do we get around it? If stretching worked, physiotherapists and trainers would be out of a job. There would be no issues, right? Stretching doesn't work because it doesn't work that way. Stretching isn't this, muscles aren't these bands that we can just tug and pull and get this massive effect out of. Think about it more of a like an electrical system, okay? The brain's a computer, it sends signals down through the body, and it can keep things tight when it needs to, okay? So when it needs to, and when you want it to, are two completely different things that you don't have full control over. Because you don't think about every time that you take a step, and you have to create a stable surface or a platform from the ground up to then swing your other leg through when you're taking a step. Same thing as hitting a golf ball. You might be able to be pushed into position on the driving range from a golf coach or a friend, and we've all been there. They've gotten you into position like, yep, it feels great, and you feel very tight through that position or down through impact. You're like, how do I get back into this beautiful C-shaped pattern? It's having the variability in the sagittal plane first that creates it. So let's go do it. Okay, a couple of simple tests we're going to have a look at. So T-spine rotation test, okay, seated down, so these one you can get done anywhere. Feet on the floor or on a box, okay, what we're going to do, we're going to have something between the knees, okay, so don't cheat, we don't want to see these knees sliding backwards and forwards. Again, feet on the box, club on the shoulders, okay, and all we're going to do is going to rotate to the right, rotate to the left, okay, you get a pretty good idea. So sitting on the corner will give you that 90-degree angle to play by, so you should be able to hit your 45 degrees both ways, okay, and you can see I'm a bit stuck here in the right side, so this is my backswing side, okay, being a right-handed golfer. The other test, okay, so you can do this test, you can do the exercise we're going to see, and you can redo the test and see if you have improved, okay? So the other test we're going to see is an infrasternal test. Infrasternal test. So what's infrasternal? It's this sternum position here. Sternum, bottom of the sternum to the rib cage. So you're going to do is lay down, grip your rib cage, fingers at the very bottom point, wrap your fingers around the rib cage, and you're going to kind of guesstimate how wide it is. get someone to take a photo of it, look up, it should be 90 degrees, okay? So if it's not, it's called a wide infrasternal angle. Anything greater than 90, anything less than 90 is called a narrow infrasternal angle. The taller, slender people are going to be more so narrow infrasternal angle people. So you should look like this. You can see that I'm a pretty wide kind of guy. 2 exercises we're going to go through. Okay, one's called a 90-90 hip lift, and you might have seen it somewhere else. We're going to have 2 different variations of that. One for the wide infrasternal angle, one for the narrow infrasternal angle. So the wide infrasternal angle people, we're going to put them overhead. You can hold a little bit of weight in the hands. The narrow infrasternal angle, we're just going to have the hands above the chest and reaching through there. Okay, so I'll show you what it's going to look like. So we're going to start with the wide infrasternal angle people, right? So the big guys, okay, big extended people. We're going to use a big respiration part here, okay? Because that is pressure, and impact is all about pressure. How this thing here between your ears creates a good zone to create good energy from the ground. To do this, you'll need a couple of things: dumbbell, a stool. You can do this on the floor with a chair, okay? And then something just put between your knees. I'm going to use a foam roller for today, okay? You can use a rolled up towel or whatever you fancy. The breathing way, how I want you to think about it, is in through the nose, forceful exhale out through the mouth. So we want to get rid of all the air. So you're going to hold your breath for 3 to 5 seconds. Then you're going to have a nice silent, slow inhale through the nose again. Then again, forceful exhale through the mouth. What this does is gets you out of being stuck in the phase of inhalation, okay? So hyperinflation per se, which is again that extension issue, which is another video, okay? So from here, heels up on the box, foam roll between knees, 90-90 position, okay? You're gonna have the little weight overhead. Doesn't have to be heavy. You can use just your arms if you like, or a heavy book. Okay, we're gonna set the stage here. So we're gonna breathe in through the nose, hard breath out, pursed lips. We're gonna breathe all the air out, okay? If you can still talk, you haven't got enough air out. But what you should feel is your ribcage come down, your whole ab will turn on. Okay, while we do that, we're gonna push down through our heels, okay? Get some hamstrings involved and have this tiny little posterior tilt of the pelvis or a belt buckle up feeling, okay? The top of your butt should still be on the bench. You don't want to be off, so your back's gonna do most of the work. So your belt line of your butt should still be on the bench, and it should just be a nice tiny tuck. So hamstrings, we're gonna squeeze the crap out of this foam roll in between our legs. We're gonna get the adductors or inner thighs on. Quiet inhale through the nose, forceful exhale through the mouth. We're gonna bring the dumbbell back to about 45 degrees. Hold for 3 to 5 seconds. Again, you shouldn't be talking through this. I'm doing it because I'm coaching. 3 to 5 inhales, exhales, okay? That is one rep, one inhalation, one exhalation is 1 rep. You'll feel the effects straight away. You can go back to your test, set it, cross the shoulders, rotate, and straight away I've gotten more range of motion through my backswing, okay? The narrow infrasternal people, okay? Just a little bit different tweaks here, okay, for what we need. So again, we're gonna set up pretty much similar, okay? So heels down to the box, hamstrings on, hamstrings pull me into a little posterior tilt, okay, the belt buckle up position. Don't squeeze the crap out of this like the wide infrasternal guys, okay? You just want a nice position, so if you're trying to pull it out between your legs, you can just barely hold it there, okay? You should just feel the adductors turn on just a little bit. From there, you're just gonna have your arms strapped to the air, okay? No load, not start. You're gonna breathe in. When you breathe out, I want an open mouth exhale, like you're fogging up a mirror. Okay, So breathing through the nose, again, quiet, gentle breath in. Open mouth exhale. And you're gonna reach for the ceiling. Quiet, gentle breath in through the nose. Open mouth exhale. Feels pretty good. When you inhale, after the exhalation, you got all your abs, you can feel all the tension, and you will feel it. The next inhale, don't lose that tension of your ab wall. Don't allow your ribs or your shoulders to come up this way, okay? You wanna keep it all down, you wanna keep it soft. Don't be too tight through the shoulders, but don't let that rib cage flare up, all right? Try it out, let me know what you think.